So I think this is one of the main things that I talk about with students and readers when we're thinking about why do we look at the medieval period? What do we get out of it? And I think there's a real tension between familiarity and difference. So on the one hand, when people first encounter the medieval, they're often fascinated by the familiarity. They say, gosh, people were thinking the same kinds of things. They read the Wife of Bath's prologue and tale, and they realize that women in the 14th century were concerned about women's voices not being heard, about older women becoming silenced, about stereotyping, about what causes domestic abuse, about the appropriate punishments for rape. All those things are covered in the Wife of Bath's prologue and tale, and they're still extremely important today, of course. But at the same time, when you encounter another culture, a radically different culture, you also really have to make leaps of the imagination. You have to challenge yourself not to think, well, these were people just like us, but in different clothes, but actually to think about how different it was to live in a world in which the buildings were different, the social structures were different. There wasn't the same kind of medical care. People didn't have the same understanding of private and public. When you're thinking about the Wife of Bath, that makes it really important not to imagine that feminism existed at that time in the way that we think of it today, for example.